Perfect. So welcome everyone to your 14th masterclass for the Dropshipping Council. And very excited to have today with us Chaba Berzasi from Game of Conversions. He is an expert in copywriting and especially specifically for YouTube ads. So we are really excited to discuss that topic today. We have not talked about it before. And it's one of those areas where a lot of us in e-commerce we strive to expand the way we drive traffic to our product pages, but YouTube ads is one of those areas that's not that easy to break into because there's a bit of a learning curve. The type of ads are different. So I'm looking forward to everything that Chaba will be sharing today, including some very good examples as well that we can learn from. So Chaba, thanks again for your time. Why don't you take it over?
Thank you so much, Shishir, for the invitation. It's quite my pleasure, and as well as it's an honor as well. So I know that this topic is really something that many people in e-commerce are struggling with, not just in e-commerce, in info markets as well.
Mm-hmm.
But today I wanted to create something like super actionable. There's a lot to cover, but I think we can go through it in like 45 minutes. And hopefully it's going to give a lot of value to you guys, and you'll have like a proven blueprint on how to like do the basics when it comes to like launching your own profitable YouTube ads for e-commerce. So I'm just gonna share my screen then. Okay, you should be able to see it now, right?
Yep.
Cool. Everything fine? Can you see it?
All good.
Awesome. So by the way, for those joining later, if you have any questions, drop it in the Q&A section below, because we're going to have like Q&A section after this. And also like if some interesting question comes up, Shishir, I'm sure that you're going to look at the chat as well, and feel free to just like interject and let me know, because I do realize that some questions might come up because this is really such a unique new topic for most people. So it will definitely be something like that. But with that being said, welcome to this training, Developing Killer YouTube Ads for E-commerce. My name is Chaba Berzasi, and here's a quick list of what we'll cover today, basically. So I'm just gonna give you like a quick overview of like YouTube Ads 101. I know that everybody has heard about them to some extent before, but like just to dispel some myths and to basically figure out whether this is a good fit for your business or not. We're also going to talk about the basics of launching a successful YouTube ad campaign from scratch. So basically, we're going to go through each step by step, because I think this is one of the biggest reasons why people don't get into YouTube ads, because there's so much friction here. So many area, especially because you have to show your face or you have to create these videos and everything. But I'm going to show you that it's actually not that difficult. Then we're also going to look at 4 high converting examples. And I chose these examples specifically because they are all related to e-commerce. And you'll see how like low key these videos are. Like some of them don't even have a script even, or like they're just a demonstration, or they're just shot with an iPhone. So it's really, I just wanted to include these so that you get a better idea and you don't overcomplicate this and overstress things a lot. And then I'm also going to give you a cool little checklist on the do's and don'ts of YouTube ads, like based on my experience, the experience of companies I've worked with and other influencers in this niche. And also like a few tips on where you can go from here if you're more interested in the topic. So I realize that a lot of people don't know me too well. So just a very quick intro. So I'm a direct response copywriter first and foremost, but I'm also a marketing strategist, a digital marketing strategist for about 4 years now. And over my career, I've worked with over 100 different clients, from various e-commerce brands to info businesses. I mostly specialize on info businesses, and I have my own products, info products at the moment as well. But I do have quite a lot of e-commerce clients as well. In fact, my first client was a sex shop, actually. So it was really, really fun to write those juicy product descriptions for various toys and stuff like that. So like when you say desire building bullets, like that's where you can really exercise those.
Literally.
Yeah. And then like 2 years ago, I started my own business called Game of Conversions, because it's all about like raising your conversions and helping you with the various mechanisms that, you know, we implement in our funnels that can boost conversions in a landing page, a sales page, an email campaign, checkout pages, upsell pages, and even ads as well. So getting back to the YouTube ad topic itself. So the first big area I want to cover is like, why YouTube ads? Why should you even like focus on these things? And, you know, it's a good question, but how I like to give you a cool little metaphor, I like to call this the new Wild West of online advertising, because it's kind of like that. It's kind of like how Facebook ads were in about 2015 or 14 or something like that when it got started. And, you know, people have heard about it before, and they were like throwing all sorts of shit against the wall. By the way, Shishir, can I use words like this?
No, it's fine. Don't worry
Okay,
about
so
it.
well, they were throwing all sorts of shit against the wall and seeing like what sticks.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are doing the same thing nowadays with YouTube ads as well. There are the big brands who like just spend ungodly amounts of money, you know, on anything basically, and they don't really measure because they're not really direct response companies. But for most people who value profitability and cost per acquisitions and average order values and stuff like that, they're doing exactly this thing. But the cool thing with YouTube ads is it's still like a gold rush. You can still find cool gold nuggets, unlike with Facebook ads, because I mean, I'm sure everybody like this is the like traffic mechanism nowadays, you know, Facebook ads for most companies, and it's cool and all. But the problem is that I'm sure everybody's had issues with compliance, with rising CPMs, and all sorts of other weird things, especially lately, especially around the elections. And many people have become jaded by Facebook ads. And they obviously like, and especially most e-commerce brands, or maybe even dropshipping brands, especially, you know, they have so much exposure to YouTube ads. And then if they get banned, that's it. Some businesses go under almost overnight because of that. So that's why it's always a good idea, just like in investments, to just diversify your portfolio as well. Also, like YouTube ads is still a blue ocean. I mean, competition has picked up over last year, especially in 2020, especially because a lot of companies moved online, and especially a lot of brick and mortar stores as well. And everybody's trying new stuff, but it's still something that I would consider a blue ocean, especially because it's harder to like get started on YouTube ads, and the barrier of entry is a little higher. And because of that, you get, but let's just say it's only 20% higher, but like 70 or 80% less companies are actually doing it. So it's like disproportionately, you have disproportionately more opportunities here. And also like YouTube is growing. Like, I don't even know how many hours of video gets uploaded every single second. And if they're monetized videos, all of those videos are basically new real estate for your ads. That's the cool thing. And like, especially when you use placement targeting, we're going to talk more about this. The cool thing is that you can pick specific videos that you want to run your ads in front of. So think about a competitor, an authority or influencer in your niche. You can basically leverage their hard work, and like they upload the video yesterday, and then you, let's say, start including that video in your list of placements. Well, from today on, your ad is going to come up in front of his video. And, you know, there's the algorithm, like obviously gives a lot of juice to some videos. And then guess what that means? More reach to you and easier reach, because there's less bidding on those videos because they're new as well.
I think you made a very good point about the fact that it's a growing inventory of videos, because like on Facebook, yes, it's a massive market, but in a way it's shrinking. That's why CPMs are getting higher, because you have people leaving Facebook, so the inventory available for advertisers is shrinking. The number of advertisers is growing exponentially, but the inventory available itself is shrinking. Whereas, like you said, with YouTube, the content is ever increasing, and that's your inventory that's growing right there.
Absolutely. And I meet, you know, people And I talk to a lot of people, entrepreneurs, and many of them are saying, I just disable my news feed even. So like more and more people who are high quality leads, especially for B2B, for example, are like disabling their news feeds. So then once again, you have only the lower converting placement options as well. So it's a double problem. And you don't have this with YouTube. It's actually the opposite. Also, it's pretty underused for e-com because, for some reason, e-com is just like mostly Facebook, primarily. So it's definitely a blue ocean, especially for you guys. And one of the other big benefits, especially nowadays, is that you have way less trouble with compliance. Now, that doesn't mean that you can use super like emotional language and you can say lose 40 pounds in 2 weeks, because obviously it still doesn't work there. But it's way harder. I mean, you can get away with way more stuff. That's the cool thing about it. So other unique perks that YouTube has, and I think this is the most important, actually. Well, the second most important is that you have access to hyper-targeted, high-intent audiences. So I'm gonna like give you more info about this, but this is very, very, very important, the high-intent aspect of an audience. And because of this, people have a learner's mindset. When they're on Facebook, they're scrolling just like mindlessly, like zombies. They want to look at cat videos or cute animal videos, or just pictures from their friends, and you're interrupting them with their ad. And sure, with YouTube, you're also interrupting people whenever they want to watch a video, especially on mobile, because there's no ad blockers on mobile. But the cool thing, I'm just gonna spoil it a little bit, but like you don't pay with YouTube ads. You only pay when someone watches at least 30 seconds of your video or they click the link. If they only watch, like, I'm sure that many of you also feel like you want to watch something on your mobile and then an ad comes up and you just can't wait for the skip ad button to appear, right? Well, many people think that, that's a problem. I mean, you want them to not click that button. But the cool thing about it is that even if they click it, so what? I mean, you don't pay because, and it's not counted as a view. On Facebook, if you have video ads, even like a half-second view or a second view is counted as a view. And you have these inflated numbers and it looks like, wow, my cost per view is pretty cool. But when you look at the 3-second cost per views, and especially the like 10-second, 15-second cost per views, it's abysmal. And Facebook counts everything, and we all know that Facebook usually likes to like overcount many things. Probably YouTube also does this, but probably to a lesser extent. Also, let's not forget that this is the second most popular search engine in the world. So the inventory is constantly growing. People are watching more and more videos, especially in a day of age where it's totally normal to like watch videos. I mean, we are having this training over video as well. People are used to it. And the search engine aspect of it, of YouTube, is also really, really powerful because you have, once again, more inventory for keywords as well. Because on Facebook, you have like various types of targetings, but most people, they just use like, various, like what people are interested in. But on YouTube, you have like 8, 9, or even more, if you count more advanced stuff, types of targeting options. So that's also pretty cool. Right. And also one important thing is that you have a better bonding experience with your brand, because once again, on Facebook, like people are scrolling, it has its merits and it can work really well, that's for sure. But like if you make a good video, or if you manage to establish like a cool emotional connection with your audience, if you tell a good story, if you create like a powerful demonstration for your product, or if you highlight good testimonial videos, for example, you have way more leeway to do this. So, and it's also like a game of numbers here, because we all know that most people don't convert on the first touch point with your brand. They need like 7, 8, or even 9 or more touch points. And maybe the first 3, 4 times they skip an ad. And I also did this. Like I used to get tons of ads for Design Pickle, for example. It's an agency that does design work. And most times I just, maybe the first time I checked it out, and then I always like canceled, like skipped it. And then eventually I said, like let's see what they're talking about. And then I realized, they actually got a great ad. And at that point, like, even though I didn't convert, I didn't become a lead for them or a customer for them, in my mind, my brand association was still Design Pickle.
Yeah.
But with Facebook, it's less like that, because if you notice an ad, like, you immediately scroll through it if it doesn't sound interesting or something
It's
like
a lot
that.
easier to scroll past it on Facebook.
Yes. Yes. With this, you still have to wait 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's something to keep in mind. And then one cool thing is that, as I said, this is more of a ninja trick, is that you can get in front of your competitors' YouTube videos, which in many cases, they've done the work for you. They've built an audience for you. And a lot of people are subscribers who are getting back to that person. And let's just say that, I don't know, you're selling sleep supplements for mothers, like, who have like a small child or something like that. And think about it, like, these are high intent audiences. If they go to YouTube and they type in how to get my baby to sleep at 2 a.m., they're frustrated, they have a problem, they are high intent, they just want to find a solution. They just, like, even if you have an info product, maybe it's even better. Or like, you give them a checklist, and then based off that checklist, you remarket them, or like send them a bunch of emails with offers to, like, hey, next time, how to, like, get this cool little toy that will help your baby sleep. It has this weird song or something. And then,
You
you
just
know,
summarized a very good business idea in like 5 seconds right there.
oh, feel free to use it. So it's really powerful, because like, those mothers, they're probably, you know, they're frustrated, and they are looking at videos right at the moment. And then let's say they're also returning subscribers to a certain channel. They want to go to, like, you know, I don't know, like, they're like, mom, your neighbor, your friendly neighborhood mom, or something like that. Let's say there's a channel like that. They go there, and then your ad comes up with a cool ad. I mean, chances are they're going to take you up on your offer, because why not? So here's a cool little contrasting thing that shows you, once again, the most important things when it comes to Facebook and YouTube, the most important differences. And it's really, really crucial, because what a lot of people end up doing is that they measure all these vanity metrics. So cool, I have like low cost per views, and I have cool click-through rates, and I have high relevance scores, and I have, you know, all these, they're important. That's true. But at the end of the day, you want customers. You want high quality customers. You want high quality leads on your email list, because then everything becomes way easier. Your average order value shoots up through the roof. Your lifetime customer value also shoots up through the roof. And what I found, and what other people are also saying in this industry, is that with YouTube, because you have this learner's mindset, because people have typed in relevant keywords in the search bar, and after that they get your ad, because they have high intent and they have fewer distractions compared to the newsfeed, and they are specifically searching for something, and because you have way less problems with compliance, it's maybe sometimes the cost per leads are higher, but you get a way higher quality audience.
I
And in
find it's
many cases,
almost like it's almost like Google ads on steroids. It's Google ads combined with the best of Facebook ads, almost, with the video capability.
Yes. I'm definitely sure that Google has learned a lot from Facebook, and then probably like Google ads came before Facebook, like AdWords. But with YouTube, it's noticeable how they're implementing a lot of things from Facebook, even like when it comes to retargeting campaigns, or like lookalike audiences, or you can even upload your email list, for example, to Google, and use that as like data points. But the big thing here is that you have to have like I think it's a monthly ad spend of $50,000 at least to do this with YouTube, because Google is like, it has way more data on people than just Facebook, because Facebook is an ecosystem, and it has like its own little satellites all over the net. But like Google, it knows everything.
Yeah.
So and also compliance. Let's not forget about compliance one more time, because there's this meme now that says you've got zucked. So basically, all of a sudden, you try to stay compliant. You have like, I don't know, 100 campaigns running, bunch of ads and ad sets, and it's like, boom, that's it. And then obviously we all know how terrible the customer service is. Unless you have like a dedicated rep, I mean, sometimes it's a nightmare.
Yeah. Exactly.
And especially with e-commerce, where you have a lot of like upfront costs, and you know, there's always a bunch of money changing hands.
Yeah.
With info products, it's maybe better because your margins are way higher.
Yeah.
So what angles work well with YouTube ads? Well, product demonstrations, for example, like just think of something like the old time infomercials in the 90s or 2000 with Billy Mays, like Billy Mays here, check out this, like, I don't know, incredible something.
Yeah.
Like those were hypey, but they worked, especially for very skeptical, low quality audiences who were like watching TV and then doing something in the kitchen. You had to be energetic. So here you don't necessarily have to be that energetic, but like product demonstrations, definitely. Testimonial montages. Once again, it's something that it's not that hard to produce a video like this. It's totally worth testing. Being vulnerable and connecting with the problem they have. This is also one of the key things in copywriting. It's like the only way to get someone to really become a customer is to like realize that they have a problem, realize that your solution exists, realize that your solution is unique, and that they want to buy it right now. So obviously in e-commerce, you usually don't really go to town with this. In info products, you have way more powerful, sections, especially on long form sales pages when it comes to like describing the vulnerability. But it can still work really, really well, like especially for supplements or like pain relief stuff, or like, I don't know, when somebody have these leg issues and there's these specialized types of insoles for shoes, or just a few ideas. Whenever you know that there's a big problem and your product is a like quick fix for something, then you can do that. And also, this is a big one as well, highlighting your unique mechanism. I guess most companies don't do this. They just try to sell the same type of product that their competitors are selling, especially like dropshipping companies. But if you have a brand, or if you just try to find some unique angle that your product does better. Maybe if it's a supplement or something, it has this, I don't know, more bioavailable type of vitamin C in it or something, or like it's a proprietary blend, or it's made with a certain type of technology, or if you're selling some sort of, I don't know, plasticky thing or something that people can use, it's, it has these new type of fibers in it, or something like that, because it makes people interested and they've seen it all when it comes to offers, and you really want to like punch higher above their like you want to shock them out of their state, and you want to like create curiosity. And remember, the only thing that your YouTube ad has to basically do is to get the click. You don't necessarily have to sell them. You want to get them more interested so that they go to the sales page or product page. That's it. So teasing the unique mechanism is one of the best ways to do that. So now, after all these things, I'm sure that some people are wondering like how you can launch a successful YouTube ads campaign from scratch. So I'm just going to give you like an 8-step framework. And by the way, cool bonus for you guys. After this, I'm going to like send Shashir a cool little PDF checklist of these things. So basically, don't worry, you don't have to like scribble everything down. You're going to get access to the slides and also to that little PDF checklist as well. And some of these things might seem like normal, like duh, this makes sense, but you'd be surprised how many people mess up their customer research, for example. It's the most boring, unsexy thing in copywriting and in like direct marketing or in business, but it's super, super important. If you can find a better pain, better fear or hope or dream or something, and you don't just use the same old, like make more money or get healthier or get thinner, you'll be surprised how much better your thing will convert. So basically, just like do your best to like really try to discover what the ideal life of your prospect looks like, what are their true pains, fears, hopes, and dreams, and how can you best take them from their current imperfect situation to their ideal situation. Basically, your product is the journey, the connecting mechanism that takes them from their bad situation to their ideal situation. And sometimes they don't even know that they have a problem. Eugene Schwartz, one of the all-time copywriters who basically invented half of this craft, came up with this stage of awareness model. Is that I'm sure that some people have heard about it. They have unaware people, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. And this is the reason why funnels exist, just to serve this stage of awareness. Because if someone's unaware, good luck retargeting them with like a direct offer. They won't care at all. So in that case, you have to give them like a pre-sale page of like 5 quick tips to, I don't know, lower your cholesterol or something, or fix bad skin or something like that. And then you can take them to the product page. And the same with your Facebook ads or even YouTube ads. But I would say that in most cases, most people are in a problem aware or solution aware stage when it comes to YouTube ads, because people are going to YouTube. And whenever this is a more advanced tip, but whenever they type in a keyword, you have about 40 minutes, even if they start to watch other videos, like the pixel is going to target them for 40 minutes. So even if they watch three or four other videos as well, your ad can still find them after 38 minutes. Based on the keyword, the original keyword that they type in. But usually the types of keywords that people type in into YouTube,
even if it's on an unrelated video,
yes, so
it'll still show. Okay.
If they type in how to make more money online, and then they start watching cat videos, then your ad can still find them before cat videos as a pre-roll ad. Okay. So this is really cool, because like Google assumes that we give people about 40 minutes of intent, right? Because that's how they came to the platform. And there's some statistics, for example, on like average engagement levels of like how many people, how much people are viewing videos. On Facebook, they're watching like 20 seconds of videos, but on YouTube, they're watching 150 seconds. So it's way more. And that's also one of the reasons why the pixel also, the attribution window is a little bit longer in this sense. Yeah. So also where to find this data, basically, Amazon reviews, surveys, testimonials, Reddit, Quora, interviews. Again, this is like, isn't like advanced stuff at all, but you'd be surprised how many people mess this up, because it's the fundamentals, but it's the essential fundamentals. Yeah. So this is the first step. Then the second step is to create a script for your ad. And there are a bunch of various formulas. So I didn't really want to like go into the super copywriting specific part of this, or like the super media buying part of this, just to give you like a higher strategic level overview, but like how most scripts should look like on YouTube ads. And this is relatively like universal as well, with a few twists. So first, you got to hook their attention, and you got to be polarizing, especially on YouTube ads, because remember, you have a 30-second window under which you don't have to pay, actually. So you only pay if people watch at least 30 seconds or they click. So you can do stuff that you can't do on Facebook, for example. You can be polarizing, much more polarizing, because if on Facebook they leave after 2 seconds, you still pay for that view if you have the cost per view campaign objective, or like a video view. But here you don't pay. So you can say, hey, if you're this and you qualify people, then keep watching. If you're not like this, then feel free to click that skip ad button. And also you can give them like a call to action before the 30-second mark. You can say, you know, in this video, I'm going to talk about this, but like newsflash, I'm also gonna like, I also have, I don't know, this product or something that you might want to check it out if you're interested. And this is useful because if people are definitely not interested, they're going to leave and you don't have to pay for them. Yeah. So once again, it's a cool way to like weed out freebie seekers or people who are not really willing to click that thing. Yeah. And actually, it's really weird that the average length of a high converting YouTube video is about 90 seconds. So between like 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes. And if you have a longer video, it's actually becomes risky because many times some people, you know, after they watch like 30 seconds of your video, they're pretty likely to watch the entire video. But then many people watch the video and then they say, oh, okay, this was cool, so skip. That's it. And then you basically just lowered your cost, you increased your cost per clicks, and you lowered your conversion rates because you got the viewers, but you didn't get the clickers.
Yeah, you
It's
want
like
to
with the
you want to give them enough to be curious, but not enough to say, okay, yeah, that's all I need.
yeah. So so it's really important to like give people value in the video. This is also like something that's specific to YouTube ads, is that you give more value compared to your Facebook ad video, because once again, people have a learner's mindset. They want to like, what are the four situations in which people go to YouTube? They either want to like know something, like learn something, which is the how to. They want to like learn how to do something. They want to buy something. And this also includes like looking up reviews, like iPhone 11 review or something like that, because they have a high intent of like they're interested in an iPhone. And also they want to like get inspired by someone who they follow or something. And that's why, you know, they have a higher intent, and that's why you have to give more value to them. But you don't only want to make it about value, because then they're going to be like, okay, thanks, bye.
Yeah.
And then you play you. So I'm just gonna maybe like give you the whole formula here so that people can look at it. So you have the hook, which is specific to YouTube ads because it grabs attention, but then you are more polarized, and you maybe even can give them like a call to action early on. Then you have an emotional connection, and this can be you can either connect with their problems, which is usually a pretty cookie cutter type of copywriting formula, or you can focus specifically on their desires. So you can paint the dream of how their life will look like, or like you can use a bunch of if you have a product which again has cool demonstration power, you can use a lot of b-roll of people using your product. If you have like a magic brush or something for hair or something, you can definitely showcase that, and it gets people interested. And then the third part is what I call reframe and restore hope. So this is the part where you give value, but it's very important. This is a delicate part because, and this is something, once again, that's unique to YouTube ads, because what most people do is that maybe they start teaching too much, but people don't want to necessarily learn something. They want to get the end results of something. So either or they want to discover something. So either you like reframe their pre-existing false beliefs. And this is also like one of the main objectives of sales pages or email campaigns before presenting the product, because people have a ton, like they have tons of bad these ideas and beliefs about something, and they're all objections. That's the problem. So I can't buy this because that would never work for me, or you know, I have bad genes for it, or I don't know, I don't live in an area which this would work well in, or something like that. So you just basically reframe their pre-existing false beliefs. You say, you know, if you think that, you know, this is the reason why you wasn't able to achieve the end result that you want, well, I'm sorry to break it to you, but you're wrong. You don't say you're wrong, but it's like you've been misled. It's not your fault. It's totally okay, but you've been misled. What actually happens is the reason why you can't like untangle your hair is because you're using bad quality lotions. And the reason for that is because those lotions have this specific chemical in it. But our solution, we developed this we noticed this trend, and we I don't know, went to a secret lab, and they produced a cool little shampoo for us. And the uniqueness of this shampoo is that it uses a more organic type of argan oil or something, I don't know. And if you use that and then you insert your b-roll, for example, then your hair is going to finally be like silky smooth, like a Japanese woman's, and it's going to be beautiful. So that's what I mean when it comes to reframe and restore hope, because a lot of people are skeptical. They've heard it all, and they're like, that would never work for me because my hair is totally messed up.
Yeah.
This makes sense?
Definitely. Yeah, great examples.
Cool. So, and after that, you give them the offer, which is the call to action. I just wanted to like name it in a way that I can call this hero, the hero framework. So this is basically the logical next step that they use. And this isn't always like the buy now because, I don't know, 30% off. This can also be a learn more, or like discover like why this is different, something like that. And it's also a good idea to use a countdown timer here. So after your script is done, you just have like a 10-second or 5-second countdown timer, because a lot of people watch till the end and they're still there, But you know how people are, like, if you don't explicitly tell them what to do, they won't know what to do. You have to tell them, click the blue button under this video now, and it will take you to a product page where you learn more cool stuff about this cool shampoo, something like that. And then you have countdown timer as well, because the video won't disappear, but you want to like make them feel like it will disappear.
Correct.
So that's the little script that you should use. So after it, you shoot your video, and don't worry about quality. It's all about realness. You don't have to be cinematic. Sometimes it works better, but in most cases, and what most companies are finding, is that iPhone style selfie videos still work really well on Facebook and on YouTube as well, because we live in a phony world. You know, everybody knows that there's a bunch of scams out there, and these Instagram millionaires with Lamborghinis and everything, they want more realness. And your message is ultimately 100%, like 100x more important than the visuals themselves. Even if you have, and the big brands do this, they create, I don't know, just look at Super Bowl ads. They cost like $5.5 million for half a minute, plus a few $1,000,000 for producing the videos. And they're cool and all, and everyone's like, wow, that's so creative, but like, next.
How many people
don't measure them? So that's what you're competing against. But just know that even if you're the small guy, you don't have the budgets as these big brands have. It doesn't matter, because your message will be more important. And you're ultimately looking for customers, not just for brand awareness. So, but clean audio is important, and good enough lighting. So I'm not saying that you should have specifically bad video, but clean audio is important. But I'm going to actually show you a few cool examples which have actually bad lighting and bad audio, but they still have millions of views. And then you also want to pump up your energy on the video, because it takes away, like, many people, when they're in front of a camera, they just like, they're boring. And like in marketing, you know, if you're boring, that's a death sentence. That's the problem. So I just got an idea. Like, let's say you own like a canvas store, for example, and then you go to the warehouse or something, and one of, like, a cool ad idea could be something like, hey, like, our customers are loving our canvases so much because, I don't know, they're so colorful and everything, but come with me. I want to just show you, you know, what goes on behind the scenes. And this is Jose, who's working in the warehouse, and check out that cool little like something on the wall. And you know, it's real. It's you just have cool energy, and people are gonna be, oh, cool, I want to check it out. That's the thing that you want to go for. So then you edit your video, and you have two options basically. Either you do it yourself, which most business owners won't do, or you just hire someone on Fiverr, or if you have an in-house person, just let them do it. If you have a video guy, it's way easier. It's also like, even if your video is like low key, so it's like you shot it with an iPhone and it's not professionally produced, it's still totally cool to add, you know, every 5 seconds to add some visual aspect to it or something, and then add the countdown timer, and then make it more interesting, add B-roll sometimes. I mean, people still have low attention spans, so you got to keep that up. And then try different variations. If you create a video, like a raw video, try to like create a variation which is like a shorter version of it, maybe cut together like a shorter version, a longer version, a more edited version, a landscape version, a portrait version for mobile specifically, stuff like that. So what tech do you need? Do you run YouTube ads? Well, you need a YouTube account. I guess most people have this. You need a Google Analytics account. Again, most people have this. You need a Google Ads account. You might not have this, but it's not that hard to do at all. You need Tag Manager. Again, most people have this because of Facebook tracking and everything. You need a landing page, opt-in page, sales page, or product page, and then some email marketing app. Because, you know, it can work really well to like funnel traffic from your YouTube ads directly to the product page. But sometimes, in many cases, it's actually better to like funnel it to a pre-sale page. It's like you tell them about this new unique mechanism that I said regarding the hair product, for example, and you say, you know, we've actually like put together a cool little article that you might want to check out that reveals the 5 true secrets of better hair or something like that. And then we all know how, especially if, I don't know if Buddha Idani is here or not, but like He's the email e-commerce email guy,
Yeah.
and I'm the info product email guy partially as well. I'm really like huge on emails, and you know, for backend revenue, it's unbeatable. So that's why it's sometimes way easier to like get people there.
Yeah.
And then as step 6, you choose a campaign blueprint from the following 3. So what I recommend is that you do in-stream ads. And these are the most of the ads that you see. So like these come up before a video or during a video as well. You can specify this, but these are the types of ads that most direct response campaigns use. Then you also have discovery ads, but this is great for branding. For example, it's like if you have also one cool thing, you don't need to have like an engaged YouTube channel to do this. Like you can, even if you don't have a single subscriber, you just upload the video as an unlisted video and you can get 10 million views on that as an in-stream ad. Totally okay. But if you do have some branding videos, you can run some discovery ads as well. And they can be pretty powerful and very cheap. It's like a few cents, like 2 cents per view or something, to get some exposure. And the cool thing about that is that you build retargeting lists from that.
So discovery ads show up on which part of the interface?
I'm going to show you in a minute because I have a cool slide when it comes to that. But like the reason why most people actually do discovery ads is because now you have an audience that you can easily retarget, like people who've engaged with my brand a little bit, just like with Facebook, you do it. So in-stream ads, this is how they show up. You know, you have the skip ad button for it. These are the types of ads that you don't pay with only after 30 seconds or if they click the button itself. So this is the great go-to method for like if you want higher quality email subscribers, webinar signups, high ticket applications, or like direct sales to a product page as well. But if you want to go direct sales, YouTube can be pretty expensive in cost per acquisition. So you got to have a good upsell funnel, and you got to make sure that your average order value is pretty high, because otherwise you might have problems with this. Usually it's more expensive to get a customer on YouTube, but they're usually higher quality customers.
Right.
So yeah, as I said, you only pay after 30 seconds. And typical funnels that you can use for this is that like this goes directly to an opt-in page with like, which gives them like a cool little opt-in, like a freebie, and then they get on your email list, and then you can blast them with emails there. It can also go to the webinar or VSL, and you can book calls. Like many people have these call funnels that work really well for high ticket offers. It can go to like a sales page, and then it goes to a thank you page with upsells. But upsells are really important here. I definitely recommend that before you start running traffic to specific offers, you have your backend funnel dialed down, especially one-click upsells or like one-time offers. So discovery ads look like this. So they're just like a video, like a normal video, and you can target this based on keywords or based on placements, or you have the same targeting opinion opportunities, just like with the other one. This is just to get traffic for cheap, and also to build retargeting lists pretty cheaply. And then for retargeting, most retargeting campaigns are going to be in-stream ads as well.
Yeah.
And it can be surprisingly cheap, actually. It depends. The cool thing with this is that, you know, with Facebook, you usually use either retargeting based on what they've done on your website or which pages they visited. But here you can retarget people who watched some of your videos, people who went to your website, people who watched specific ads of yours, people who even typed in something on normal Google. You can retarget them on YouTube later on.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool as well.
Great.
And then what you do in step 7 is that you choose a targeting option. So this is one of the other important things, is that what I recommend most people start with is placement targeting. And this is, you get in front of the right people at the right time, because what you do is that there's software for this as well, but you can do this manually. You choose a keyword, and like, I don't know, hair care or something, and you find the top 100 videos, and you basically copy their links, but there are automated tools for this. So basically you assemble a list of like 100 to 200 videos, and you use that. And then what YouTube will do is that it will specifically run your ad in front of those videos, and pretty quickly you'll see, if you have enough budget, you'll see very quickly which videos are underperforming and which one are getting the most of the traffic.
Right.
It's just like with various ad sets on Facebook, is that pretty quickly, especially if you have campaign budget optimization, you know, it's one of the ad sets is going to outconvert all the others, and it's going to suck up all the budget.
Yeah. And this one, so YouTube does it by default, right? It automatically gives budget to the ones that are working better. You don't have to like physically say, you know, don't equally spread it out, you know, as you do on Facebook.
No, yes, automatically gives it to you, but it still gives videos a try in the beginning. But sometimes you can still feel like, and it happens a lot actually, that some videos won't even get a single view. So because YouTube just finds something and it starts pumping everything into it, especially if you have lower daily budgets. So in these cases, many times it's a good idea to like split this campaign up into several smaller campaigns. And also like on Facebook, you have like a bigger campaign under which you have various ad sets, under which you have ads. But here you have unique campaigns for unique ad sets and ads, because it's way easier to measure that. And also you have unique campaigns for mobile and desktop. This is why also what most companies do, is because it's so different. It's so different.
Yeah.
It's totally different how it works. So placement targeting,
Sorry, do you also suggest, like, so within placement targeting, targeting the channel as a whole, as opposed to video specifically?
Yes, that can also work, actually. Two caveats with that. First of all, you can only target monetized videos, so not all videos are monetized with that. But secondly, the problem with just targeting a channel, it's easier and faster, obviously, but also on anybody's channel, there are certain videos which get most of the traffic, and it's the Pareto principle everywhere. It's like 20-80, you know. And why? The problem is that if you just target a channel, YouTube is going to like target specific, like random videos, and maybe you know they're going to target a video which is totally unrelated to your keyword, but it's on the same channel.
You may waste more money that way then.
Yes, usually yes, but it's way faster than manually like assembling this list of videos. So then you have keyword targeting, which is again very like it's one of the go-to ways. As I said, you know, this might change based on the algorithm, but like generally it's accepted, to my best knowledge, that if somebody types in a keyword into YouTube search, you have like 45 minutes. So even if they watch something else, totally else, you can still find them. So keyword targeting is best because it's easy to scale. With placement targeting, it's harder to scale because you have limited videos and your reach very quickly, like it's done. Like you have way smaller reach with this. You might be surprised, wow, 200 videos, but maybe a lot of other companies are also competing against these videos. And if you're if the cost that you're willing to pay for a view is not high enough, then somebody else is going to outbid you for especially the best videos. This is more of an advanced stuff, but like it's good to start with placement, but like if you want to scale, go keyword. And then go the AI route, but then you have to have serious ad spend there. And for remarketing, you know, it's advisable to like use it regardless of what type of campaigns you have. Always have a few retargeting campaigns based on where they are in their stage of awareness. So then you launch your campaign, and step 8, you start with a budget of like $20 to $80. I would recommend, because just like with Facebook, you're buying data in the beginning, and you want to like start training the algorithm because it's very smart. Google's algorithm as well. It's usually you have to spend more to get the same data than with Facebook, but this might be a pretty good starting budget. And then you scale it once it gets traction. And then you test, just like with any other campaigns. You test. You never know which one's going to work. But generally, another cool thing with YouTube ads is that videos get tired way slower. So on Facebook, sometimes, you know, you run a video and it runs its course within days sometimes. And then all the KPI starts going down. On YouTube, not so much, actually. It's still going to tire after some time, but not so easily. And then eventually, if you're doing serious volumes, you can also start using more advanced targeting options, which basically is just like with, if you have a very dialed in Facebook pixel, you know, you can eventually get away with like almost no targeting at all, because the pixel knows exactly who are your ideal buyers.
Right.
So let's see a few cool examples, because I see that we're running short on time, but we have time for these, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So the first one I'm going to show you, once again, the YouTube channel is almost non-existent. This video has 1.8 million views. So that means that people are paying, like the company keeps paying for the impressions. And just notice how this is shot in a small room. It has bad lighting and audio, and it's basically just a demonstration. And the script isn't even that good. So just a second here. Let me adjust my microphone a little bit for you so that actually people are going to hear it. Let's check it out.
This looks like a
Can you hear it?
For a potato or something.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you could raise the volume of the video itself. I saw the volume was a little bit lower there. Yeah, there you go.
Just do like this if you can hear it.
little contraption, and like once it's on your foot, it doesn't stay on. Like it's like a slingshot. It's not a real sock. And I was just so disappointed because I really like wearing no-show socks. In the summertime, I wear a lot of Vans in the summer. Those are extremely low cut. So I need good no-show socks. I found a company, they're called Invisa Socks. As you can see right here, there's their logo, Invisa Socks.
Unique
they sent me out
mechanism.
actually a bunch of socks. I've got white, I've got black, and I've got gray.
Just
So I've
showcasing
got
the
the gray
product.
pair here, and I've already worn them, tried them on. It's the best no-show sock that I've ever tried on. On the collar, it's got a really good wraparound little lining here. It does have that rubber patch on the back. It's gonna kind of stick to the back of your foot, and then this collar stays around nicely while still creating that no-show look. My camera woman has now since put on the correct sock, and see how it comes up more? That's what you want. Because this just like, I don't know what that is. This engulfs your foot, stays on, but still creates a great low cut look. Just that appearance, that look is just a lot more clean, no show. And what's great about them, when you walk around, when you move, it feels like you have a full pair of socks on. Whereas those crappy Journey ones, literally I took one step and the thing shot off. Terrible. I'm excited for spring and summer now that I actually have a good low cut, no show sock. So I'm pumped.
That's it. So
It's a good one.
yeah, just a second. I think like this. Yeah. So notice how actually it was just a simple demonstration. It talked about how this is a bit unique. It's not something, it's just like, hey, this is like invisible and it stays on your foot way more. And I don't even know whether this was the owner of the company or just a testimonial, but that's it. And as you can see, 1.5 minutes, so 90 seconds.
Right.
So let's see the other one. This one has 5 million views, super low quality video. And it's just a demonstration. There's not even a script. And I checked it. It's still running. It's for a knot tool. It's like 30 seconds, 5 million views. Check it out. Just a demonstration.
It's for fly fishing.
That's it. It doesn't even have a call to action. It's laughable, to be honest, from a copywriting perspective.
This is one of those that's been lifted straight from Facebook and used on YouTube, I think.
Probably, but in most cases, don't really use the same videos because especially the hook is super different. You want to polarize people, and I don't really recommend that you use something like this, but even something like this, it's worth a test. Why not? And as you can see, it's real once again. Check this out. I love this. And the cool thing is that I first saw this ad about half a year ago, and then it had 1.3 million views. Now it has 7 million views. It's shot in the back of a house. It has bad audio, a very simple script. This literally is 30 seconds, and it's just geo-targeted. And I checked the channel. The channel itself only has 13 subscribers. So it must mean that they're paying serious money if it has 7 million views now. So check it out.
Texas area homeowners, if you have a power meter like this on the side of your house, you can get paid to go solar for no money out of pocket. It doesn't cost anything to install the solar panels. The meter will actually run backwards, and then I'll put a credit on your bill so that you get actually paid for the excess power you produce from solar. If you're ready to start saving money, $100, $200, even $500 per month, just click the link in this video and we'll take you to a new window. You can still watch the video you're here for, but we'll just ask you a few quick questions to see if you qualify. Just click the link in this video and we'll talk with you soon.
Nice.
That's it.
Very easygoing. Very easy.
Yeah,
acknowledging that it's an ad, and very easygoing. And it very quickly qualifies the people.
Yes, because if they don't, and notice it's only 30 seconds long, so it doesn't try to like inflate viewership numbers. It immediately tries to describe. So if they're not from Texas, or if they're not interested, they're gonna skip ad, and the company doesn't pay.
And by the way, does that mean, so let's say the ad is you keep your ad at 29 seconds, right? What happens to the 30-second rule then?
No. In that case, you still pay. But I'm guessing the reason why it's exactly 30 minutes because then they might get away with it. But 29 seconds not. And the cool thing about this script is that, as you see, it's a hook. Like what you can gain, it's a new opportunity. You can make money. I mean, it's a cool reframe. Is because most people think that they have to pay money for their electricity company, but now you can get money back. It's just like saying like, hey, the government owes you money. Actually, this was one of the sales letters that I broken down like a few weeks ago from Gary Halbert, a legendary copywriter. It's like, find out how much the government owes you. And probably this takes them to like a quiz funnel or something like that. And then let's see once more. This one has a more professional script. This one has 7.6 million views. It's simple, no effects, just a script. The script itself is really good from a copywriting perspective, but it sells some type of health something. I don't exactly remember, but we're gonna check it out. And I think that this is like 2 minutes. If it's okay, I'll play this. 1.5. Again, 90 seconds almost.
Say, did you know protein may be the cause of your arthritis and chronic joint pain? Yeah, my whole life, I thought protein was good for me. The truth is, not all protein is good protein. A major health breakthrough reveals a specific protein actually triggers arthritis pain.
Check it out, the new opportunity, the new mechanism.
Health experts believe this discovery could be the answer to ending chronic joint pain and arthritis flare-ups. In fact, 9 out of 10 Americans are exposed to this protein every day. Even vegans. It's so serious, researchers are now calling it the joint pain protein. When it's left untreated, this protein wreaks havoc on your joints. And it could be behind other serious health conditions, including strokes, heart attacks, and cancer. Click the link in this video to discover the joint pain protein and the simple solution to eliminating it. You know, when I asked my doctor, he'd never even heard of the joint pain protein. If you're like me, you had no idea you were exposed to this every single day. But once I figured out what it was and how to get rid of it, everything changed. My joint pain started going away. I became more active and mobile. And now I'm able to do the activities I love again, like working in the yard. Anyway, click the button in this video so you can learn the simple solution to the joint pain protein and start living life again.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I really love this one because it has a great script. It's all like, but it's all tease if you noticed. It's like, it doesn't try to sell it. It's like, if you want to learn more, click the link and then it goes to a long form sales page probably.
Yes.
So really powerful stuff.
And interestingly how he used the prop, like the egg and trying to beat the egg. So that's also interesting.
Yeah. This is obviously intentional, but I was just thinking about like, does this disqualify some people? Maybe they start thinking that this is some type of cooking thing or something, or just like, what's the point with this? But
I thought it wasn't super effective aside from the link to protein. that's the only link. Otherwise, it feels a little out of place.
Yeah, and also it might trigger some people who are afraid of cholesterol. You know, some people still believe that cholesterol is the problem, but it had a lot of objection handling and everything. So pretty cool. So by the way, I'm gonna give you guys the link to this whole presentation, and here's a clickable link that gives you like a whole playlist, like 15 of these videos, so you can learn even more of these. So a few more things: YouTube ads do's and don'ts. What you should do. So you should usually make a list of placements with as many monetized videos as possible, because what you'll find is that if you start to get traction, you'll need to feed the beast. And that's why I said it's hard to scale on placement targeting alone, because on keywords, you just raise the budget. But with this one, you always need new videos. So you got to take care of this. Script and shoot your video. As you've seen with this old guy ad, the video itself is super basic. The script is only like the only investment that they had to do is to hire an actor, a very basic camera guy, and a good copywriter. That's it. Yeah. Monitor performance regularly. Like this is obvious stuff for people who are running ads. Test different video lengths and creatives. Once you have a proof of concept, different hooks as well. Make separate campaigns for different offers and targeting options and video styles. So unlike Facebook, you know, you don't have like a big campaign and you have a bunch of other stuff under the campaign. Here you have specific campaigns. Create a remarketing list early on, because even if you don't use it, it's still worth it. Even if you don't want to start using like discovery, like in-stream ads, it's still worth it to maybe run a few discovery ads just to start building up a list of people. Because you can specify it. I think it's like, it can be good for like 365 days or even more. It's 480 or something. I don't remember exactly. And then basic stuff, you know how much you can afford to pay for customers. So like do your math before even starting. Most companies don't do this. Aim for a video length between like 1 to 4 minutes. Long form videos could work well, but like, you know, you need a specific long form format for that. It's like if you're trying to sell a tripwire offer, a free plus shipping type of offer, if you want to sell something like that, then you can still use like a 15-minute video sales letter, but then it's a specific sales letter. Right. And then include always a powerful call to action. And what not to do is that don't try to just blindly like repurpose Facebook ads videos, because in most cases they won't work well. The dynamic is a little bit different, even though you'll see like some KPIs doing well, but ultimately probably your click-through rates aren't going to be that high. Right. Because it's all about click-through rates here. And the cool thing is that if you raise your click-through rates with this, on YouTube ads, the algorithm is also going to give you more juice, and it will give you like higher quality traffic, just like with Facebook, cheaper, because you're giving a better experience for people. Right. You can also try to go viral if you have humor. I don't know if you've seen the poo-pourri ads. Yeah, like, I broke one of them down actually a few weeks ago, and it's so good. Like, I think they started on YouTube ads, and they scaled it up to like hundreds of millions of views probably, and they're crushing it with it because it's humorous. It has this specialty to it, and I think that specifically their strategy was to go viral with it, and they did. Yeah. And the good thing is that if you go viral, some people they can also like reference your video ad, and they can send it to others as well. So that's cool. So then you get a free exposure. Don't overspend in the beginning. You know, allow the algorithm some time to gather data. Don't try to focus on hard pressure sales tactics, because usually it doesn't really work that well on YouTube ads. Again, people have a learner's mindset. They're more conditioned to clicking more to learn more. They don't necessarily want to buy something immediately. And your ad needs to be relevant, educative, and genuinely helpful for your ideal prospect. And lastly, don't be a perfectionist, because a good enough video trumps a perfect video every single time if you never upload that perfect video. And I guess this is as true as ever with YouTube ads, because most people, they're terrified of it. Especially if they're speaking in the video itself, they feel like, you know, they're gonna like mess up their brand image or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But people don't care that much, so just try some stuff. So what should you do after you're more interested in these YouTube ads and all? Well, a cool thing is that I actually have a 5-day mini course that I recommend that you check out. It's totally free. It's delivered over email via 5 days, and it's more focused on the script part itself, because that's the most important part. So I've given you like a higher level overview of how to like think about this strategically and how to even set up a campaign. Well, not step by step, but like you can go to your traffic guy or like media buyer, or just look up a little guide on YouTube, like how to set up step by step everything. But like, I think this is going to be really cool because it unpacks the hero formula even more. And I give a bunch of examples and how to use it. And I think this is really valuable. And also you're going to get, once you do this, you also get access to this 8-step YouTube ads quick start guide. So this basically covers mostly the same steps that I covered in more detail. And it's a cool little thing that you can reference. You can print it out if you want to get more serious in YouTube, or just save it on your desktop or something like that. And another cool thing is that if you check out this course and you go through it and you write your own script and you send it to me, I'll personally critique it for you, just for you, because you're a dropshipping masterclass, dropshipping council member. This is just a cool little quirk that you get. So here's the link. Probably Shishir is also going to share this with you. It's gameofconvergence.com hero. So it's going to take you to a landing page, and then you can subscribe. This again is delivered via email, and I think you're going to really enjoy it.
That's
so this
great.
is like the dropshipping council treatment that you get. So also feel free to connect with me. I love to like connect with you guys. Just find me on LinkedIn, or you can also click these links. They're clickable on LinkedIn, on Facebook. This is my personal Facebook, by the way. On YouTube, you can check out my YouTube channel. I'm doing daily breakdowns of proven sales letters, also in e-commerce, but like 50 years ago when they did several $100 million, like selling skincare products or something. It's pretty cool. Also send me an email if you have more questions. I'm happy to help or answer any other questions that you have. And if we have more time, then I'd love to answer your questions as well, if you're interested. If not, then it's fine as well.
That's great, Csaba. Thanks so much for that. Very, very useful examples, especially, I think. And I think that the script that you gave, the formula, the hero formula, I think is very useful to provide a structure around how to frame your ad, because that's something people, I think that's the main mental block that people have. It's just such a big open universe that you don't know where to start and how to structure your ad and how it should start off with a hook and things like that. So I think it's been quite useful for sure. And the 5-day course that Csaba talked about, I've actually just gone through that a little bit on my own through the emails, and it's definitely very useful. So definitely take him up on that offer. And I think Csaba will be sharing the presentation, so I'll put that up inside the Slack community as well, and then you'll be able to obviously access all the links that he included in there. So once again, thanks a lot, Csaba.
It's my pleasure. Thank you so much for inviting me. And also, if you guys have retroactively questions after seeing the replay of it, feel free to hit me up on email or on Slack, and I'd be happy to explain those things to you in more detail.
Definitely, and take him up on his offer to review your scripts if you have any.
Oh yeah.
So that'll be a huge help to get it checked out by an expert. So make sure you take advantage of that. But otherwise, thanks again, Csaba. I know it's late evening your time, so thanks for taking out time for this, and we'll be in touch.
You're welcome. Thank you as well. Please send me the recording as well, just as a reference. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Take care.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.